Hello students, in this video we will discuss the further cranial nerves journey in very short. So in the previous video we discussed about first nerve, second optic nerve, third oculomotor nerve, fourth trochlear nerve, sixth abducent nerve. Now today we will discuss about the fifth cranial nerve, which is known as trigeminal nerve. This is mixed nerve, both sensory and motor, but predominantly it is sensory. It consists of three parts: ophthalmic, maxillary and mandibular. That's why known as tri. Tri means three. Okay, this is purely sensory, this is mixed, and it is also purely sensory. The unique feature of the trigeminal nerve, this is the largest cranial nerve, number 1 point, and number 2 point, its sensory ganglion known as trigeminal ganglion is located within cranial cavity. Okay, otherwise all the sensory ganglions are located outside the cranial cavity. This nerve sensory ganglion is located within the cranial cavity in the middle cranial fossa. अब ये कहाँ से arise करती है? Okay, this nerve, the nucleus is situated in the pons में इसका nucleus होता है. Nucleus lie in the pons. From the nucleus, two roots will arise. One is sensory root and one is motor root. Sensory root is it is larger one, and motor root is smaller one. Pons से निकलने के बाद sensory root will go further forward. It leaves the midbrain, it leaves the brainstem pons and enter into the cranial cavity. And this is the apex. It will reach here. This is the apex of the petrous pathway temporal bone. It crosses that and it will lie in the, this is complete fossa, is the middle cranial fossa, and it will lie here. It comes in the middle cranial fossa near the apex. This bone, this complete bone is the petrous part of the temporal bone. This surface is the anterior surface of the petrous part of temporal bone, and इस anterior surface of petrous part of the temporal bone के anterior most part में, this is the medial most part where is a depression is present. You can see the depression here, a depression lie. Okay, and in this depression, this sensory root becomes expanded in the form of ganglion known as the trigeminal ganglion. So this is the trigeminal. It's a depression present in the middle cranial fossa near the medial end of the anterior surface of petrous part of temporal bone. In this depression, sensory ganglion of the trigeminal nerve known as the trigeminal ganglion will lie, and it will lie in a bean shape like that, and this bean shape will have the, from its convex surface, three nerves will emerge out. Okay, these three nerves are ophthalmic division, maxillary division and mandibular division. Okay, this ophthalmic division will enter, after that it will pass forward and it will enter into this, what is that present? cavernous sinus. Already told you in the previous video, ophthalmic division will come into the lateral wall of the cavernous sinus, and the above relations are third nerve, fourth nerve, and below relations are maxillary nerve. In this lateral wall of the cavernous sinus, this ophthalmic division will divide into 3 nerves. These 3 nerves are lacrimal, frontal, and nasociliary. All these 3 divisions will enter. All they will have to go to the eye. Okay. So they will enter through the superior orbital fissure. Already told you in a previous lecture. These on both sides are the superior orbital fissure. Previously told you structures passing through the superior orbital fissure. What are the structures of the ophthalmic division? 3 nerves. Lacrimal, this is the lacrimal, this is the frontal, and this is the nasociliary. So lacrimal and frontal divisions, they will pass through the lateral part of the superior orbital fissure, while the nasociliary division will pass in between the 2 divisions of, this is the nasociliary division, in between the 2 divisions of third cranial nerve. So all these 3 divisions of the ophthalmic will pass through the superior orbital fissure and come to enter into the eye. Okay, and they will carry the sensations near about areas. Next division is the maxillary nerve. This maxillary nerve will proceed further, enter into the lateral wall of the cavernous sinus with this arrangement, and after leaving the cavernous sinus, it will enter into the foramen. This is the rounded foramen which you have seen here. This one on both sides is the rounded foramen known as the foramen rotundum. So this maxillary nerve will pass through the foramen rotundum and enter into the pterygopalatine fossa. Here is the, beneath is a pterygopalatine fossa. Deep to that is a pterygopalatine fossa through the foramen rotundum. Okay, and this is also a purely sensory nerve. Maxillary nerve is purely sensory. It also carries the maxillary division. It also convey the one important structure. It also convey the maxillary division of the trigeminal nerve. It convey the secretomotor fibers to lacrimal gland. Okay, so maxillary nerve also convey the secretomotor fibers to the lacrimal gland. Okay, then we come to the mandibular division of the trigeminal nerve. Mandibular division, it will, after emerging from the convex surface of the trigeminal ganglion, okay, it will enter into the cavernous sinus. After that, it immediately pass through the, this is the oval shaped foramen. This one, this is the, on both sides you can see this complete foramen, oval shaped foramen will come out here into the base. This is the foramen ovale. Why it is known as foramen ovale? Because it is oval in shape. From emerging out mandibular division, it will immediately enter into the foramen ovale and come into the infratemporal fossa. This will enter into the infratemporal fossa. Okay, now we, from the pons से हमारा कौन कौन सी रूट्स निकली थी? सेंसरी एंड मोटर. सेंसरी ने क्या बनाया था? गैंग्लियन. क्या नाम था उसका? ट्राइजेमाइनल. ओके, उससे 3 डिविजन्स थे, ऑप्थेल्मिक, maxillary and mandibular. So this mandibular part, which is a sensory in nature, it will enter into the foramen ovale and comes into the infratemporal fossa. Now we come to the motor part of the trigeminal nerve. The motor root will traverse forward and also pass into the foramen ovale. And in the foramen ovale, this motor part, it will combine with the mandibular nerve and form a common trunk of mandibular nerve, which carries both sensory fibers and motor fibers. Okay, common trunk will emerge out from the foramen ovale. So in the foramen ovale, sensory part क्या है? Mandibular nerve and the motor root of the trigeminal nerve will unite together to form a common trunk. Mandibular nerve, it carries the both sensory as well as the motor. So mandibular nerve is mixed nerve. Okay, and this motor part, this mandibular nerve will supply which muscles? Muscles of mastications. Along with that, muscles anterior belly of डाइगेस्ट्रिक को सप्लाई करती है और माइलोहायड को सप्लाई करती है और टेंसर टिम्पेनाई को सप्लाई करती है और टेंसर पैलेटाई या टेंसर विलाई पैलेटिनाई. All these muscles are supplied by mandibular nerve. All these muscles are derived from first pharyngeal arch. All are supplied by mandibular nerve. So the motor part of the mandibular will supply all the muscles which are derived from the first pharyngeal arch, namely muscles of mastications. कौन कौन सी होती है muscles of mastications? Medial pterygoid, lateral pterygoid, temporalis and masseter. Apart from the muscles of mastication, it supply anterior belly of digastric, mylohyoid, tensor villi palatini or tensor tympani. All these muscles are supplied. And sensory part, it will carry the sensations from the lower part of the face. Except कौन से part से sensations नहीं ले जाती है? Except the area near the angle of mandible. जो area of एंगल ऑफ मैंडिबल के पास का जो एरिया है वहाँ के सेंसरी सेंसेशंस दे आर नॉट ब्रॉट बाय या कन्वे बाय द मैंडिबुलर डिवीजन बिकॉज दे आर कैरिड बाय C2 ब्रांच ऑफ सर्वाइकल प्लेक्सिस. ओके, अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, so this is about the trigeminal nerve. Then we come to the another nerve, seventh cranial nerve. Sixth we already told you. Now we come to the seventh cranial nerve, which is the facial nerve. Facial nerve, इसका न्यूक्लियस कहाँ होता है? The nucleus is present at the pontomedullary junction पर इसका न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट होता है. This nucleus will emerge out and come into the cranial cavity. After coming into the cranial cavity, the nerve root, it carries two parts, sensory root and motor root. Okay, it is mixed nerve, but predominantly it is motor nerve. It is motor in nature. It consists of larger motor root and smaller sensory root. Okay, the sensory root is also known as nervus intermedius. Already discussed this nerve in detail previously, so I am not going in detail. Okay, so this nerve, after coming into the cranial cavity, it will enter this foramen. This is the posterior cranial fossa, and this foramen on either side is the internal acoustic meatus. In this internal acoustic meatus, this nerve, facial nerve, will pass along with 8th cranial nerve known as vestibulocochlear nerve, and also labyrinthine vessels. So what structures pass through internal acoustic meatus? Facial nerve, 8th cranial nerve, and labyrinthine vessels will pass through the internal acoustic meatus. Okay, this is the internal acoustic meatus. After entering into the internal acoustic meatus, this facial nerve, already told you, pass through the facial canal, and it will come out from the cranial cavity by this foramen. This is the styloid process. This is the mastoid. This is the styloid process, this projection, and this is the mastoid process. In between these two is a foramen. This one. This is the stylomastoid foramen. Stylomastoid foramen. So this facial nerve will come out through this foramen, and here which gland lie? Here parotid gland. Okay. After emerging, it will enter into the parotid gland, and from the anterior border of the parotid gland, it will terminate by dividing into 5 divisions to supply the muscles of face. Okay, when it comes out through the stylomastoid foramen, after emerging, it will supply 3 muscles. One is the posterior auricular muscles, posterior auricular nerve, which will supply the posterior auricular branch देती है ये, posterior auricular muscle को supply करती है. One muscle which is supplied by this is a stylohyoid muscle, and one is it will supply the posterior belly of digastric muscle. Okay, so it will supply the posterior auricular muscle. Okay, stylohyoid muscle, posterior belly of digastric. Within the facial canal, in the facial canal, this facial nerve supply the stapedius muscle, nerve to stapedius, which will supply the stapedius muscle, which is a muscle of internal ear. So in the facial canal, this will give the nerve to stapedius, which will supply the stapedius muscle. Before emerging through the stylomastoid foramen, just above that, it will give one important branch, cauda tympani nerve. Okay, which carries the secretomotor fibers to submandibular and sublingual gland. It carries secretomotor fibers to the submandibular and sublingual gland, and cauda tympani, it also carries the taste sensations from anterior 2/3 of tongue. Okay, so facial nerve, again I'll repeat, it is a mixed nerve, but it is mainly motor. The nucleus is present at the pontomedullary junction. From this level, 2 roots arise, sensory and motor root. This facial nerve enter through the 8th nerve and labyrinthine vessels into the internal acoustic meatus. Okay, and traverse the facial canal, and within the facial canal, it will give nerve to the stapedius, which will supply the muscle to which will supply the stapedius muscle, and it will come out through the cranial cavity. Extracranially it will come out between the foramen present between the styloid process and the mastoid process, which is this is the stylomastoid foramen. It will come out, and after emerging out it will supply the posterior auricular branch देती है, which will supply the occipital belly of the fronto-occipitalis muscle. It will supply the stylohyoid muscle. It will supply the posterior belly of digastric muscle. Okay. Before emerging out from this stylomastoid foramen, it will give one important branch called a tympani branch, which is secretomotor to the sublingual and the submandibular gland, and this chorda tympani also carries the taste sensations from anterior 2/3 of the tongue. And it also gave one important branch, greater petrosal nerve. Greater petrosal branch. It arises from geniculate ganglion, and this greater petrosal branch, it carries the secreto-preganglionic parasympathetic fibers to the lacrimal gland. Okay, so it will give within the facial canal greater petrosal nerve, which carries the preganglionic parasympathetic fibers to the lacrimal gland. Within the facial canal, it will give nerve to stapedius, which supplies the stapedius muscle. Just before emerging out through the stylomastoid foramen, it will give the chorda tympani branch, which is secretomotor to the submandibular and the sublingual gland, and it carries the taste sensations from anterior 2/3 of the tongue. After emerging from the stylomastoid foramen, it will give the it will supply the muscles, which are the one branch is the posterior auricular branch, which will supply the occipital belly of the occipitofrontalis muscle. It will give the branch to the stylohyoid muscle. It will give a branch to the posterior belly of the digastric muscle. Then it will enter into the parotid gland, and it will give the terminal branches, which will supply the facial muscles. The branches are zygomatic branch, temporal branch, marginal, mandibular, buccal, and cervical branch. So this is about the facial nerve. In the next video, we will discuss 8th nerve, 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th nerve.